Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to Build a Page. We're running a little late, but it's all good. We're gonna get them up. So I'm on to column number 3, and I need sequins, wood veneer, got those. I think I get a free spot. We need some butterflies and an L-shaped design. Pretty easy. I think we're gonna get this one. Now, I will say I was originally planning on using, I have photos from my little anniversary trip with Sean, and we went to this butterfly place. I can never think of what it's called. I want to call it a museum. It's not a museum, but that's what I want to call it. Anyways, and we saw really cool things. However, I'm saving this for a layout that I'm going to be doing for our next 30 Days of Sketches series, because there's a fabulous 2-page sketch and it's going to fit this perfectly. So I'm going to hold off and not do these photos, but that was my original plan when creating this, but we're not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to build the page, get it created, and then find a photo to fit in with my theme. So that's going to be where I'm going with it. I did pull out the Maggie Holmes carousel collection. I have just this little bit left in the 6x8 papers, so I'm going to be playing with this to get my layout created, and I'll get you on fast forward. Starting off with this beautiful piece of pattern paper. It is from Jen Hatfield's Live and Let Grow collection. I just really loved the little circles on it with the gold. I felt like fussy cutting out the butterflies from the carousel collection from Maggie Holmes. It was all gonna match. I pulled 2 photos. One of them is a date night that I had with Sean. I think we went Christmas shopping, so it was like back in November. And then I also have a really old photo of little Miss Nora when she was a baby, and she got her very first like doll, which is the Little Mermaid, so Ariel, because that was my favorite princess growing up, and that was the first thing we got her, and it was her Christmas present. And I'm playing back and forth with them. Not sure. I do like how the filter I have on the photo of Sean and I kind of matches the carousel collection vibe. So I'm starting with that one, thinking that's how it's going to go. I'm going to build everything off. I've got the butterflies down. That part's good. Checked off the list. I'm now creating my L-shaped design. And I was pleased with myself because I really wanted to use this paper that have the circles in it, but how do you do an L-shaped design with that? I decided just because it says L-shaped design doesn't mean the whole layout has to be L-shaped. You could just have the design be layers underneath your photo. That's what I'm going to do. I took the little branding strips off of all of the pattern papers so I don't waste any. I don't have very much of this collection left. It's old, but B, it was one of my favorites, so I do kind of hoard it a bit because I don't want to admit that it's almost done. I don't have any embellishments or anything left with it, just these few papers. So this was my way of being able to stretch it out just a little bit. Just gonna make it work, layer in the papers. Obviously they are only 6 inches wide, so I have to tear them to make them all fit, but it's really cute. I love how that turns out, and it definitely fit the L shape requirement from the bingo board. So we're great there. Next up, I need to figure out is what I'm going to do with the wood veneer and how the butterflies are actually going to get placed. One thing I did have is this little strip of pink. It is a branding strip. It has a little hole in the middle, but I thought it was really pretty, and it brought out the pink in the one pattern paper I'm using as my photo mat. So I'm putting that down at the bottom, and to cover up the fact that I've folded it over so you can't see the little circle, I'm going to add another butterfly down there to kind of just cover it up and make it look like the butterfly is starting from the bottom and then they're floating up throughout my page. This is quite a simple layout in the fact that I'm not going to be adding a whole lot. I got to this part. I'm going to switch my photo to the one of Nora. It's so pretty against this paper, and it fit really well. There's some softer colors in it, and I felt like I can make it work, whereas the other photo, though I could have made it work, I feel like I need to give it a different type of vibe, especially because I think we were Christmas shopping, so I might need to make it a little bit more like festive. I did pull away that photo. We're going to use this cute one of Nora instead, and I Love this photo. And she was a baby. I mean, she's not even a year old in this photo. And I somehow have never scrapped it. So I think it was important to get it done. But I've got the wood veneer. I've got the butterflies. Everything's going well. I'm going to add in the title Best Friend and some sequins because that also needs to be in this. And pretty much going to wrap it up. It was super easy. However, this bingo board has 5 spaces to it, and I only have 4. So I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, what am I going to do to, like, it could be anything, right? It could be nothing. It could be anything. And my decision is actually to come up with a sketch because I think this is a really cute layout. It's simplistic. I think there's lots of things you could do with it, and it inspired me to create a sketch that I would share over in 30 days. So I'm going to share it here. It'll be in the 30 days Facebook group, and it will also be over in the Spending Freeze Facebook group and my Instagram. So that's going to pop up in a minute, but that's how I used my 5th space. I'm just showing you a close-up there. Going to point out that I used everything from the bingo board, and then the sketch will pop up for you. Please make sure that you head on over and check out Kristen and Moira and Shannon and Jen here on YouTube and Sheila over on Instagram. This is late, so they may already be done, but if you've missed them, I'd love for you to check that out. There's a look at that sketch, and I will see you guys all again soon for another video. Thank you for spending some time with me. Bye, everyone.